What is up, everybody? I'm bringing a Tyranitar EX deck profile and gameplay so that you can see how good this deck can be now that Dodrio has been introduced and is being used and should be used in this deck as a draw engine. It just adds so much caliber to this Lightning Rampage. You don't even have to worry about having a stadium on board either, which is just fantastic. And Dodrio is such a quick engine too. Paired up with Pidgeot, it's very, very nice the way that they complement themselves. Alright, so obviously the focal point of this deck is to get into your Tyranitar EX as quickly as possible so that you can start hitting it with Lightning Rampage every single time. In addition to that, we're also running Maximum Belt so that we can do a plus 50 on all EX Pokemon. So you're looking at 250 and potentially 300 damage every time you battle an EX Pokemon. Oh, what a draw, what a draw. Okay, we will get our double duos up. We'll go for our Arven, and considering that our Larvitar is going to probably get knocked next turn, we're going to equip it with a Lucky Helmet for a +2 draw, and then we'll grab our Pidgey and another Larvitar, and this is your board. Your board should always look like this. You want to set up your draw engine and your search engine as quickly as possible. You've got your double duos, which is fine because we're playing 3, so 2 is great, 3 can be overkill, and 1 Pidgey so that we can go into our Pidgeot play so that essentially you're able to search out key cards so that you can knock out your opponent's Pokemon a lot faster. Typically, I don't go into more than 2 Larvitar on board, whether it's active or on bench, and the reason for that is because really, Pokemon battles don't ever get to the point where you're playing a third Tyranitar. Okay, we've gotten no energies, we've gotten nothing at all actually, so this is kind of a tough hand to play with, but considering that we have Lucky Helmet on Larvitar, hopefully those 2+ draws when it gets knocked out will be enough to change the current of the game. Digging Duo, I actually think Digging Duo is such an underrated card. It's just a great way to excavate for key cards if you're able to find them on the top or on the bottom. I still haven't seen the Baxcalibur engine getting set up, so oh no, it spoke too soon. There's the Frigibax. So maybe the Shinpao won't knock out the Larvitar, but if it does, it doesn't matter. We have another Larvitar ready and a rare candy as well, so I'm content to where we're at. If we get a Pidgeot, I'll rare candy into the Pidgeot and get an Iono, because big weakness for Shinpao is getting rid of this hand. They have 10 in hand. That is crazy. We don't want them to have so many cards in hand. There it is. Not the best draws, unfortunately, but you know what? That happens, you know, with all things card games. Let's go ahead and let's go through the Pidgey because we do have Ultra Ball and we can go for a Pidgeot now. Maximum Belt's pretty cracked. So let's send this and the other Doduo. We'll go for our Pidgeot. We will rare candy into our Pidgeot. And now this is kind of where I want to see where we're at. Let's do a quick search. Yeah, we're going to have to Iono. It's like we have to. I'll equip it with the Maximum Belt. We will Iono. And hopefully that is very detrimental to them, which, you know, in theory it should be. And we have our, oh my goodness, let's go. We got into our Dodrio, so we're able to draw. We have our Pidgeot with no retreat cost, and we have our Larvitar. Now we have to get our Tyranitar. And we can do that because we have rare candy. And we're going to do a zooming draw first in hopes that we draw a Tyranitar. Oh my gosh, let's go. Let's go. We don't even need that Ultra Ball. Let's go. We'll get our Tyranitar up. Our Tyranitar is going to do 170. 170. Not enough to knock out the Shinpao, but the fact that we ripped 10 from hand and brought them down to 5, that is so darn good. Ooh, we lost a Tyranitar and Arven there. That's fine. We will Pidgeot into an energy so that we don't ever have to use Mountain Hurl ever again and solely rely on Lightning Rampage. And Lightning Rampage is going to be hitting for a fat 300 or a huge 300 damage every single time. This is such a great deck. It's so fun to play. Now, I don't think they would have enough to set up, but hey, you never know, right? Maybe they went for an energy here. No, they found no basics here. Okay, so they missed with the heavy ball. I don't see that they're activating any sort of rare candies for the BuGuMi. I don't see that they're attaching any sort of additional water, which they already attached this turn, I believe. So we're pretty much good right now. We're very solid right now. Okay, we'll attach that here, and we will do a zooming draw. Got another Pidgeot. Okay, that's not bad, I guess. Let's see. Let's go XP share. No. Do we have Arvin in hand? No, we don't. Okay, let's go Arvin. And then we'll grab a Buddy Poffin and an XP share. The XP share is for the Dodrio. Again, once they knock out your Tyranitar, if your Tyranitar does not have heavy baton attached to it to distribute the fighting energy, Dodrio will just absorb one of the fighting energy and it'll do up to, in theory, 280 attack. And we're grabbing this and we have no basic Pokemon. What the heck? Okay, so we're kind of stuck here. We're not in a great position, but a 300 is going to be solid. And let's go and grab two. Hopefully we get some basic Pokemon. Yes, Larvitar. Let's go. And how many Tyranitar is in the grave? In the discard pile, we only have one, so we're good. We're good. You don't really need more than 2 Tyranitar in a game, honestly. You won't ever get to that point. Also, this card here is very interesting. Prevent all damage from attacks onto this Pokemon or a Pokemon's ability. We're knocking this thing out right now. Easy. We're knocking this thing out. Easy. So we're going to get our second Larvitar up. We're going to attach it with one of these. And then we're going to go into a Pidgeot. And honestly, I'm going to go for... I have a boss in hand already. I'm going Gutsy Pickaxe. Why? Because I want to set up the Tyranitar down here. And there we go. So now what we can do is Ultra Ball into a Tyranitar. And if we get a rare candy, I'm clutching. I'm clutching. Okay, we have another shot. We have another shot. Let's do it. I mean, worst case scenario, we'll just boss and knock out the Frigibacks. Ooh, okay. That was not a great draw, but this is fine for me. Let's go ahead and knock out the Frigibacks. So if you can control hand, you're going to win against Shinpao, and if you can knock out its attachment engine through BuGuMi, you are going to be Shinpao. And if you can do both, you are just going to steamroll Shinpao. But this is how you should be playing Tyranitar EX. You want to focus on setting up 2 Dodrios and 1 Pidgeot, and only focusing on having 2 Tyranitar on board. If you get the 3rd Tyranitar, typically it's either one of 2 things. You're in a really long grind game, or you're going for overkill. But this was an interesting tech. I've been seeing Panic Mask very, very often. I don't think it's a great card unless it's attached to Serena EX. Otherwise, I don't see how these cards or these deck strategies can work with Panic Mask. And let's go for another zooming draw. Another energy. We'll go for another zooming draw. And another, wow, another energy. And then we'll go for an Arvin. And we can go for a rare candy and a heavy baton. So a rare candy into the Tyranitar EX. Equip it with a heavy baton. So in case the Tyranitar gets knocked, I redistribute the basic energies any way that I want. And we are golden here. Such a great game, and I really don't even know what to go for, but for a solid backup plan, we're going to grab the switch, and we will attach this to the Pidgeot in case Pidgeot ever gets pulled up. We want to be able to attack, but we're pretty much good. 300 off the bat. Often this is not. And we are winning next turn, but that is how you played Tyranitar EX. You let me know what you think so far. I really love this deck. Unfortunately, I do have to be completely transparent. Sometimes you will have some really tough games, and I would probably rate this a solid tier 1.5 deck. I think it could be a very strong tier 1 deck. It just needs more representation and more people to play with it so that it gets more exposure in the current meta. But look at this. Look at this, my friends. We'll do a zooming draw, just so that you can continue to see the mechanic and the idea behind the Dodrio Tyranitar deck. Another zooming draw. We got the heavy baton, and we have Pidgeot here. Stacked, stacked, stacked. I mean, this is how you play it. This is how you play Tyranitar EX. And this is how you win your games. Maximum Belt is so clutch. I love using that card. Alright. We won against Shen Pao. Let's go ahead and jump into the next game.